Port Charles wakes up Monday morning with the kind of tension that hums in the air before a storm breaks. Secrets are fraying, loyalties are being tested, and the town's most powerful families are forced to make choices that could change everything. As January 5th unfolds, two seismic storylines collide. Kristina Davis issues a chilling ultimatum to Jacinda Bracken: leave Port Charles immediately or face consequences she won't survive, while Mayor Laura Collins makes the most painful decision of her life, sending little Ace across the ocean to Dublin with Kevin to keep him safe. What follows is a day packed with confrontations, whispered threats, tear-soaked goodbyes, and the unmistakable sense that Port Charles is on the brink of something irreversible. Kristina Davis has never been one to shy away from conflict, but on Monday, January 5th, viewers see a version of her that's sharper, colder, and more dangerous than ever before. The playful edge is gone. In its place is a woman who has seen too much, lost too much, and decided she will not allow another innocent person to be destroyed. Her target? Jacinda Bracken. Jacinda's return to Port Charles has already rattled the cages of the town's elite. On the surface, she's charming, clever, and disarmingly honest, or at least she appears to be. But Kristina knows better. She's been quietly piecing together Jacinda's movements, her conversations, the way trouble seems to follow wherever she goes. And what Kristina discovers leaves her shaken. Monday's episode opens with Kristina waiting at Charlie's pub, nursing a coffee that's gone cold. When Jacinda walks in, unaware of what's about to hit her, the tension is immediate. Kristina doesn't waste time with pleasantries. "You need to leave town," Kristina says flatly. Jacinda laughs it off at first, assuming this is just another Corinthus power play. But Kristina leans in, her voice dropping to a whisper that cuts sharper than a shout. "I know what you did. I know who you talked to. And I know what happens next if you don't disappear, today." Jacinda's smile falters. Kristina lays it all out. The connections Jacinda has been hiding, the information she's been collecting, and the way it all ties back to people Kristina loves. Whether Jacinda intended it or not, she's become a liability, and in Port Charles, liabilities don't last long. "Leave town ASAP," Kristina warns. "Because if you don't, I can't protect you. And trust me, you'll want my protection." The confrontation is raw, intense, and crackling with unspoken threats. Jacinda pushes back, accusing Kristina of paranoia and jealousy, but there's fear in her eyes now. She knows Kristina isn't bluffing. As Jacinda storms out, viewers are left wondering, will she take the warning seriously, or will her refusal to back down ignite a chain reaction that no one can stop? Jacinda Bracken is not a woman who runs easily. After her showdown with Kristina, she wanders the streets of Port Charles, replaying every word, every implication. Kristina's warning wasn't just personal, it was strategic. Jacinda realizes she's stepped into a minefield she doesn't fully understand. Later in the episode, Jacinda is seen making a mysterious phone call. She speaks in coded language, her tone urgent. "They know," she says. "I don't have much time." Who is on the other end of the line? And does this call mean Jacinda is preparing to flee, or to fight back? Spoilers hint that Jacinda's next move could determine the fate of several key players. Leaving town might keep her alive, but staying could expose truths that powerful people are desperate to keep buried. Kristina, meanwhile, watches from a distance, conflicted. Despite everything, she doesn't want blood on her hands. But she knows the rules of this town. Port Charles has a long memory, and a short tolerance for threats. While Kristina battles external threats, Laura Collins faces a heartbreak of a very different kind. As mayor, and as a mother and grandmother, Laura has always tried to balance duty with love. On Monday, that balance finally shatters. The danger surrounding baby Ace has escalated to a point where staying in Port Charles is no longer an option. The decision to send Ace away isn't sudden. It's been building for weeks, fueled by near misses, shadowy figures, and Laura's growing sense that history is repeating itself. Too many children in her family have paid the price for the sins of others. Kevin Collins becomes her anchor in this storm. Calm, rational, and deeply compassionate, Kevin helps Laura see what she's been avoiding. Ace is safest far away from Port Charles. Dublin is chosen for a reason. It's quiet, distant, and far from the reach of those who would use Ace as leverage. Kevin has connections there, trusted colleagues and old friends who can help them settle in discreetly. The scene where Laura breaks the news is devastating. Holding Ace in her arms, she whispers apologies he's too young to understand. "I'm doing this to protect you," she says through tears. "Even if it breaks my heart." Kevin assures her that this is not goodbye, just a pause. But Laura knows better. In Port Charles, distance has a way of becoming permanent. The farewell unfolds at the airport, away from prying eyes but heavy with emotion. Laura clings to Ace, memoizing every breath, every tiny movement. Kevin gives her space, understanding that this moment belongs to her. As she finally hands Ace over, Laura's composure cracks. "Bring him back to me," she pleads. "Please." Kevin promises he will. He vows to keep Ace safe, to shield him from the darkness that seems to follow the Collins and Spencer families like a curse. Watching from afar, a familiar figure lurks in the background, unseen by Laura. Whether ally or enemy, their presence confirms Laura's worst fears. She made the right choice, but perhaps too late. As Kevin and Ace disappear through security, Laura stands alone, tears streaming down her face. The weight of her decision settles in, heavy and unrelenting. This isn't just about safety. It's about loss. About admitting that Port Charles, the town she's fought so hard to protect, is no longer safe for the people she loves most. News of Ace's departure spreads quickly, despite Laura's attempts to keep it quiet. Reactions ripple through the town. Some understand immediately. Others question Laura's judgment, wondering if sending Ace away will only make him more vulnerable. And a few, those with darker intentions, see opportunity in his absence. Meanwhile, Kristina's warning to Jacinda becomes the talk of the underground. Whispers circulate about power shifts, alliances forming and breaking. Sonny Corinthos hears about the confrontation and quietly supports Kristina's instincts, even as he worries about how far she's willing to go. Alexis senses that her daughter is standing on a dangerous edge. She tries to intervene, urging Kristina to step back before she crosses a line she can't uncross. But Kristina is resolute. "This isn't about revenge," Kristina insists. "It's about survival." Monday's episode closes with parallel images that underscore the episode's theme: protection versus destruction. In one scene, Laura returns to an empty home, Ace's toys still scattered on the floor. She picks one up, clutching it to her chest as the silence closes in around her. In another, Jacinda stands at the edge of town, suitcase at her feet, torn between escape and confrontation. Kristina's words echo in her mind. "Leave town ASAP." The final shot cuts to Kristina, standing alone on the pier, staring out at the water. She exhales slowly, bracing herself for what comes next. Because in Port Charles, warnings are rarely the end of the story, they are just the beginning.